So here we are, Tuesday in Trundle. It's the 23rd of December, so Christmas is standing at the front door, as the Germans would say. You ready? Ugh. Yes, downtown Trundle. Now the other day, I'm slowly running out of water. Oops, I better wait for them, I suppose. There's an old codger. Doesn't mind going fast, but oh, look at somebody else as well. No, the rules of our own here. Now we've got to find a road here somewhere. Alright, sidecar, exactly the wrong speed for you, is it? Shouldn't be there. Yeah, running out of water. Although we had 5 mils of rain on the weekend, which will sort of help a little bit. Really need 105, you know, but where is this road? So yeah, I went up to Dubbo and picked up a 1,000 litre water transporter, you know, container thing, and was coming back, and I came back through Peak Hill that way, and I actually, this is strange, I actually had to go around the block and stuff in Peak Hill, and this must be it here, surely. Yeah, okay. Sorry, this is very rambling and disjointed. Running out of water, went to Dubbo, bought a container, food grade, you know, to transport water, and stopped in Peak Hill and thought, oh, this place is worth a look at. So I decided we might come out for a ride and go over to Peak Hill. Today being my sort of last opportunity to have a quick ride while the weather's a bit cooler again for a few days. And, you know, then along comes Christmas. I don't know whether I've been on this road or not. I've been on a couple of them across the Peak Hill, but I think I might have been on the Peak Hill to Mingley Road before, not this one, or something like that. It's been really hot. It was virtually 40 degrees or upwards every day last week. 44.1 I think I measured on one day. So when it gets to that, it's too hot to ride and too hot to do much at all, really. To sort of stay inside. Put the air conditioner on after about midday. And unusually for where I am, because it's a fairly arid area, the nights were actually pretty hot as well. You know, sort of 28, 29 at night, which is, well, you know, at 4 in the morning sort of thing. Like this week we're back to sort of 30, 32, 34 or whatever, and nights will go back down to 12 degrees, you know, which is actually quite comfortable. Now today, oh there, Bessie. Today is another windy day. And I'm sure now that there's a connection between this solid front rim and the wind, because when it wasn't windy the other day, it was a lot easier to ride, for sure. You can see how dry it is. So I haven't actually had to buy water yet. And so that's good, but I'm getting ready to do so. Mind you, I have to get some fittings and stuff to go from one thing to another. You know, I want to you know, pump from that white container into my tank, and eventually probably get another container, fill it, and keep it for like outside use, like gardening and stuff. I might try and actually plant a few things and see if they survive, you know. At the moment though, it's just pointless. There's nothing. The only thing still alive are the oleanders. There's a couple of oleanders which send their roots really deep, you know. And then the gum trees and the pepper trees. That's it. There's no grass anywhere at the moment. I mean, here's actually got some grass. Anyway, I said, you know, like there's definitely a connection between this and this whole idea of fat boys having sort of issues like that. It sounds really familiar. The wind just sort of catches it. I don't think that's all the problems that I've got with handling, you know, but like putting those new shocks on, if I do something about that, could go a long way to making it more rideable again, you know. So yeah, that'd be interesting. There are sort of some possibilities. Oops, I forgot to set the bloody trip meter. There are some possibilities I don't think I can get a, you know, I don't think I can drill holes in this rim. It's not going to work like that. So I need to replace the rim. I've got spare stock K100 rims there. Got in there with a nice tyre on it. But I want to try and keep these brakes, and if I can, I wouldn't mind keeping the leading link front end as well. So I'd have to work out a way of seeing if I can get the BM front wheel, it's the snowdrop ones, to fit this leading link front end and brakes. I don't know how that's going to go as far as axle widths and lengths and all those sorts of things. No, that's one possibility. Another possibility is to try and make the front end fit, sorry, the wheel fit this, but use the BMW brakes. They're like older Brembo F08s, and they're okay. They're just not as good as these ones. I like the feel on these brakes. Got a good bite and feel. Nice countryside through here. I don't think I have been on this road before. It's not ringing any bells at all. The other thing as well, of course, is just to take the whole front end off and put a whole BMW stock telescopic forks type front end back on. This is running a 15-inch front wheel and a 15-inch rear. The stock K100 rims are 17 at the rear and 18 at the front. So I would be essentially running an 18-inch front wheel with a 15-inch rear wheel, which I actually did on my last bike. So I don't see what difference that would make, in the end, as it were. I assume we just keep going straight ahead, or do we? I think we'll just go straight ahead. I suppose this is skippy country. Whenever you see these pines, they're always around somewhere. I guess that means more water or something, I'm not sure. Anyway, so that's what's going on with this thing. I'm not getting a lot of chance to ride it. I fixed this throttle grip. Just put some super glue on it, essentially. For those who have a sort of a vague interest in cricket, it's been an interesting few weeks with the English cricket team touring. Well, they're not really touring. I think that's half their problem. They've already lost the Ashes series to Australia 3-0, and they're copying a lot of criticism about it, and I think a lot of it is well-deserved criticism. I think they've got a lot of good players in that team, and they just haven't performed. And I think they were just underprepared. They've gotten better each match, but not, better enough. So, That's a problem now. There are now 2 more test matches to go that are effectively dead rubbers, and 2 of the biggest ones. You know, the Boxing Day test in Melbourne is traditionally Australia's biggest test match, you know, in cricket. It's a big ground, holds 100,000 people, and they fill it. But whether they'll fill it this year, with the series already decided, is another story. Anyway, it's always good to beat the Poms, as they say. But I feel a bit sorry for the players. I think they've been badly managed and coached this year. And this only happens every 2 or 3 or however many years it is. Usually, like, I don't know, it might be every 4 years. Can't remember now, off the top of my head. You know, about every 3 or 4 years, a team from Australia will either go to England and tour England and play the test matches there, or a team from England will come out here. And to my way of thinking, test cricket is still the pinnacle of what cricket is. They've got all this other stuff going on now, One Day Series, T20, Big Bash League, Indian Premier League, you know, etc, etc. Well, they can all make lots of money and blah blah blah, but to me it's not the same, and it's also breeding the kind of cricketers who can't play test cricket. They just don't have the patience for it, and that's what happened with England. They just didn't have the patience to build and maintain pressure, or maintain patience with their own batting, you know. There's a lot of stuff going on about that. Anyway. Good old wind blowing us all over the shop again. At the moment it's not too bad, so probably a bit of a tailwind. Definitely not been on this road before. It's not a bad road. Oops. There's not much of a dip in that dip. Oh, there's a hole though. Following someone's fence line. We got a T intersection. I'm guessing this must be the Timingly Pig Hill Road or something. No, I don't know, whatever. Well, I took one of these roads before in the car, and good heavens. Okay. And it was all dirt, and it looks like we've got all dirt coming up. So it must have been this road I came in that way from Tullamore. Well, Tilly, what do you reckon? Will we stop and have a piddle and a bit of a drink? We'll stop and have a little drink, I think, for that dog. It's cooler, but it's not that cool. It's still 30 something. What do you reckon? We pop out and have a little bit of a look? Hey?